And we're live.
Good morning. We're cruising with the Ryans, and our cameraman is Dennis Ryan, and I'm Noreen Ryan, and we are very excited to have our Oasis of the Seas cruise director, Dennis Charles, spending a few minutes with us.
First of all, I want to say our cameraman, Dennis. Good name, Dennis. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I'm very excited to have you here with us. We're here on board Oasis of the Seas, one of the largest cruise ships in the world. Over 230,000 tons of fun and entertainment.
And we were on the inaugural maiden voyage of the Oasis of the Seas
Wow.
in 2009.
She looked different, doesn't she?
A little bit, yeah.
We
You
spent,
prettied her up.
We did. $160 million later and 2 months over in Spain, and we made her look like a brand new ship. She has everything that the new ships have and then some.
Yeah,
She's the
true.
latest and greatest version of Oasis class vessels. She has some wonderful things, new slides, new restaurants. We have the only portside barbecue in the world on a ship. We're very excited about that. Let's see what else. We've got a new spotlight karaoke upstairs on the Royal Promenade. We have lots of new things. Playmakers was added.
Right.
Very, very nice. Over 80 television sets up there. We've added lots of wonderful, wonderful additions in the dance clubs. Redid a lot, not only the beautification of the inside of the ship, but also the outside of the ship. We are now home porting in Bayonne, New Jersey, where to do that we have to have the retractable smokestacks. Very cool.
Yeah,
they drop
going
about-
under the bridge.
Yes, we going under the Verrazano Bridge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you have been working with Royal Caribbean for quite some time.
31 years.
31 years. What was your first job?
I was actually, I came on as cruise staff. I'd been a cruise director for another company with the intention of becoming a cruise director here, but we had to go through all the paces. I came and I joined on the Sovereign of the Seas
Wow.
back in 1990. Wow, can you believe that?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah, I was a little bit thinner then. And but
So were we.
30 years of Royal Caribbean food has increased my love
Does a
of
job,
a wasteland. That's right. No, but I started on the Sovereign of the Seas, and then I went to do the takeout of the Viking Serenade at the time, and became first cruise director job was actually on Viking Serenade. I was the activities manager on Viking Serenade. Quickly went up to cruise director. Then I went to Nordic Prince, Song of Norway, and Sun Viking, and then went on to back to bring out the Monarch of the Seas, which was a sister ship of Sovereign, and been on ships ever since. Now I'm on the largest one in the world with Oasis.
That's awesome. Our first cruise was on the Nordic Prince.
Wow.
Maybe we were on at the same time,
Could
but
have
I don't
been.
think so, because ours was in 1980.
Oh no, that was before my time
Our
even. Yeah.
bingo
It was a little bit
color was a guy named Mr. Rush.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken Rush, I know him.
Yeah, I bet
Absolutely,
you know
yeah.
him.
He's
And-
my boss now, by the
I
way.
know,
Yeah.
I know. And he used to be the bingo caller.
Yes, that's right.
You know
We
the
laughed
purser
about
on that
that.
ship was? The assistant purser.
Really? Oh, it was Michael Bailey.
Michael Bailey.
Certainly
Oh
was.
my goodness!
Yeah.
Now look at him now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clearly,
for
he
sure.
did something better than I did. He is now the CEO of the company, so he's
Yeah.
doing quite
That's
well.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, you said you were working for another company.
Yes.
So at what point in your life or your career did you decide that life at sea was what you wanted to do?
Oh, I started a long time ago as a performer. I had a group called Uptown Express. It was a 4-person group, and I was the lead singer. And we were doing the World Cruise. We worked at Disney, and someone from the World Cruise came in and saw us working on the Canards ships on the QE2, and offered us a job there. So I went out for a little while, and we were doing. I was actually on a 6-month contract. They hired me from Disney to go there, and we were working, and we were doing 2 shows a week, believe it or not, on the World Cruise. It was amazing. Got to see the world, but I got bored. I wanted to do more, so I started volunteering to help with bingo and help with the activities. And while I was there, the assistant cruise director got ill, had to go off on emergency. And so the cruise director, that was there at the time said to me, "Would you like to fill in? You could still do your singing job and fill in as assistant cruise director." And he said, "And you'll get paid for both jobs." That's all I needed to hear.
Oh, for sure.
I was motivated by the money in those days. And so I started doing assistant cruise director. And while I was assistant cruise director, the cruise director had appendicitis
Oh,
attack.
no.
So I got moved up to cruise director in a matter of about 6 months. I was cruise director. And can you imagine? A World Cruise, QE2, cruise director for a kid. And I think I was, oh my goodness, I hesitate to even say I was 24 years old.
Wow.
At
So
the
were
time.
you like the youngest cruise director that they
I think I
shipped
might have
in?
been. I might have been because really the other guys were really very mature. Been around a long, long time.
That's
And so
amazing.
I'm sure the other cruise directors in the fleet at the time went, "Who is this kid and and who's his father?" That's what we're trying to figure out. But I found out quickly how much I loved it. And I just loved being at sea. And in those days, it was lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was glass and brass. And
Oh, sure.
and now it's a little bit more common. Everybody can cruise. It's a little bit, truthfully, the price of cruising really hasn't gone up in 30 years.
No, it's basically the same.
Yeah, it is. They've just changed the way it works. And I just happen to think it's the best vacation, best opportunity in the world. And I have to say this about Royal Caribbean. The reason I came to work for Royal Caribbean is from Kennard, we stopped in Hawaii, and they had a cruise line out there called American Hawaii Cruises. And I worked for them for 7 years as a cruise director. And someone from Royal Caribbean actually came and took a cruise. And I didn't know who the person was at the time, but he was a vice president of hotel operations at the time there. And
Checking out the competition.
exactly what he was doing, because they were looking at maybe putting a ship in the Hawaiian market. So he came up to me on the last night of the cruise, and he just gave me his card. He didn't say anything other than, "We'd like you to come and see our product at some point." He's like, "Call me when you get a chance."
Wow.
Now, as a cruise director, you meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
People always say a lot of nice things and complimentary things to you, and you take their card, you put it in your pocket, and you read it later. So I didn't read it at the time because we were doing a farewell show. And it was in my pocket. When I got home I'd completely forgotten about it. When I got home that night, I was emptying out the pockets of my pants, and I had 3 cards in there. And I started looking at the cards, and I saw Vice President, Hotel Operations, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. And I went, oh my goodness, because I had heard about Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
I had seen
Good things.
I had seen their advertisements on TV, but I never dreamed I'd ever get an opportunity to do anything like that. So of course, there were no phones on the ships in those days. No email. Just they had teletype, right?
Right.
So I waited. We went into the next cruise, started the next day, and we went to Kauai that day. And while I was in Kauai, they had payphones, and everybody was lined up at these payphones. First thing I did was I called the number, and he answered the phone.
Oh my gosh.
He answered the phone, and I said, "Hi, this is Dennis." He's like, "Oh yeah, I just sailed with you. You're fantastic." He said, "I would like to invite you to come out and take a cruise with us on the Sovereign of the Seas." She was brand new. And Jim Murray was the cruise director. I'll never forget this. When I got there, Jim Murray called me up on the phone. He said, "Come on down, I want to meet you."
Uh-oh.
I thought, holy cow. I came down and he said, "I've heard some wonderful things about you from my vice president, and I'd like to ask you, are you interested in working for us?" And I'd only been there 2 days on the ship.
Yeah.
And I was in awe. The Sovereign of the Seas at the time was like, oh
Like
my
the
God.
ultimate ship.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so beautiful and so nice, and everybody was having a good time and laughing, and cocktails were flowing, people were dancing, music was going, people were staying up late and partying, and I thought, this is where I gotta be. So I talked to Jim, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to pass your information on," and he talked to me for a little bit of maybe an hour, and he said, "We think you'd be a good fit here." And I said, "Oh my goodness," I said, "You're blowing my mind," literally. I said, "This has been a dream of mine for a long time," and I said, "I never dreamed," and I was 26 years old at that time, and I went home and I got a phone call from this guy, and he said, "We'd like you to come out on a trial basis and try our ships." He said, "We're going to send you back to the Sovereign," and of course,
Oh, yeah.
I went, "Oh my God." Then the cruise director was Ray Rouse at that time. And so he calls me up my very first day. He says, "Welcome to the Royal Caribbean family. and just so nice. Everybody was so nice to me, and to everybody. They were nice to everybody.
Well, and you know what? You said the key word there, the family.
Yes.
Because when you feel like you're part of a family, you work harder and you're better taken care of by the people around you.
And it truly was a family, especially back then, because we only had 5 ships at the time.
Yeah.
And everybody knew everybody.
Right.
And everybody worked. And when you went on vacation, you knew who was coming to replace you because it was the same people all in a rotation all the time. And we would leave the ship to go on vacation. We'd go on vacation together.
Yes.
We would go to Vegas, we'd go to Miami, we'd go all over together, and we did
this
everything.
This is what families do.
Yes. Holidays together, Christmas, New Year's, Halloween parties. Oh my goodness, Halloween parties.
Yeah.
Crazy fun. And just they were so nice to me, and it made such an impression on me at such a young age. And I got to work with who I consider truly the greats of the cruise industry as cruise directors, and being Jim Murray and Ray Rouse. I wish everybody could have experienced them as cruise director, and a lot of you did.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, oh my goodness, you missed. They were the best in the world at the time.
Yeah.
They
We
really were.
cruised with both of
Well,
them.
I know you have a lot going on, and I don't want to take up all of your time, but I have 2 or 3 quick questions.
Sure,
for
shoot.
you. First question is, if you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would that be and why?
Okay. Couple of people.
Okay,
First of
we'll
all,
let you have more than one.
all right. Barry Manilow. Now, don't
Wow.
laugh. I
No.
love Barry Manilow's music. And when I was growing up, I was a singer, and I wanted to be Barry Manilow. I used to go to his shows. I saw him in Broadway, and I saw him live at the Hollywood Bowl, and I saw him in Las Vegas.
Right.
And every time, he was such a showman. He knew how to talk to the audience. He was a fabulous piano player, a great singer, but what he really was a showman. He knew when to put his songs together, where to put them. So he would be my first person. Love to have dinner with him. And also, this is probably one I would love to have dinner, believe it or not, with Bill Clinton. And I'll tell you, I know that's probably a little bit controversial because I don't usually choose a Democrat or a Republican. And not because of his affiliations to the party. I just think he had a very interesting way of economic thoughts. And I like that he balanced the budget. I like that about him. And I just thought, I thought he was a great speaker. Also, Obama, I think, is a great speaker.
Oh yeah.
And I love Joe Biden. I love all of them, really. Every president that's ever been has had their gifts and their strengths and their weaknesses, so to speak. So I love talking to people in power just to get a take on what they've experienced.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've seen how their lives have changed, and even their look. You realize the depth of how much they have on their shoulders by the way they look at the beginning of their term and the end of their term.
Time goes by.
So I would love to talk to
absolutely right.
any of them that have ever been a president of the United States, anyone who's ever been president, and just like to speak to them and see how it changed their world. I know how they changed ours, but I'd like to see how it changed their world.
Very interesting. So, you've been working here for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any ideas about what you want to do 5 or 10 years from now?
Believe it or not, I'd like to work 5 more years in my present position. I love being cruise director. I've had offers to do other positions, but I really couldn't do them. I'd still be, even if I took another job, I'd still be looking to see what the cruise director was doing. It's so inbred in me. When I was growing up, my mom and dad used to tell me, I remember the first time I took my mom and dad on a cruise, and I took them as my guest. And my mom said to me after the first cruise, she said, "You were born for this job." And it's true. I love what I do. I love to talk to people. I love to talk. You can
Well,
tell.
and that's a big factor.
Yeah.
You have to love what you do. My father taught me that.
Yeah.
He said, "Honey, whatever you decide you're going to do it, because if you love doing it, you will do a fabulous job." And I've been fairly successful in my careers.
Yeah.
So, last question.
Shoot.
This is an easy one.
Okay.
A very easy one. We're going to be on board the Oasis again in December. Will
Okay.
you be here?
I am here till December 5th, and then a very talented young man who used to be my assistant years ago, Mike Whitty, will be coming. And he will
Okay.
be the new cruise director here from December 5th for, I think, a 4-month period.
And we come on board December 12th.
Oh, you're coming
whatever,
very
yeah.
close to the Christmas cruise then.
Yes, we will be on
Oh,
2
my
weeks.
goodness. I can't
I
wait
can't
to
wait
see
for
the
Christmas.
Christmas decorations. They do a magnificent job here with Christmas, and we will do some great things for December's to remember. So,
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, when we were on the inaugural voyage of the Oasis, it was in December.
yeah, wow.
So there were Christmas decorations, and that was some of our fondest memories of cruising. Not just all the hoopla that goes along with an inaugural
Yeah.
sailing, a maiden voyage.
And the
but-
best of the
but-
best. Always the inaugurals have the best of the best teams.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're already booked on the Wonders. So
Oh,
we're
good.
getting ready for
That is going to be
yeah.
a magnificent. And the ship coming after that as well. Icon.
Oh, the Icon.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't tell you too much about that right now, but I
No.
can tell you it's going to change the face of cruising
Those-
again.
Those
We're
are
shareholders
more
and
secrets.
Oh, you know.
some information. in it.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
we're-
going to do what's
we're
called
trying-
reveals.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah, I
be
love
fun.
that. Even Wonder they're still doing reveals
Yeah,
for Wonder.
yeah, we're seeing stuff on Facebook and on
Yeah.
the social media. All
Very
over the place.
exciting. Very exciting. I love when I see the new the little pictures of the ship when they come out.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
even for us, sometimes that's the first time we see it.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you're not there where they're building it,
Exactly.
then you're not gonna experience it until it's floating with ready for passengers.
Oh yeah, that's true.
For
Magnificent
sure.
though. I love our new ships.
Yeah, we love all of them.
I do too.
We
I love
the
them all.
older ones. We've been cruising since 1980.
Wow.
And we're working to become Pinnacle, which we hope, as long as everything holds out as we have planned,
Yeah.
that will be in February.
Wow.
So the
What's
reason-
your favorite ship?
The one I'm on.
Oh, I love that answer. I love that answer. It's true though.
It's always
They're
true.
all
Yeah.
amazing for different reasons.
That's right. That's right. There's different things you love
Mm-hmm.
about each ship, but we're reaching for the stars to get that Pinnacle statue and
Mm-hmm. That
pins
is-
and
That's
and
the most expensive
notoriety.
piece of jewelry you'll ever own.
Yeah, for sure. And I do love my jewelry. But the bottom line is, when we couldn't cruise during the pandemic, what did you do? We watched YouTube videos, and that's how we got
well,
started
I
doing
did a few
this.
things for Royal Caribbean via the internet.
Uh-huh.
We had some virtual parties where
Yeah,
we were
Virtual
involved.
of the Seas.
Yes,
We
exactly.
did that. We
And
had
then-
some of the Nick Weir
Oh
events
yes,
on Facebook.
I worked on some of those as
Yeah.
well with them,
Yeah.
and really exciting stuff. Planning to come back because at first when we left, we thought, oh, we'll be back in a month,
Yeah, that's what
and
we
then
thought.
6 months, and then a year.
All of
But-
a sudden, we had 22 canceled cruises.
Wow! Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, we thought this one was going to go. Well,
Yeah.
oh, that doesn't go. Maybe if we book a month ahead.
Well, that's how we all were
And
at
we
home
kept
waiting to
doing
work.
that. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
we were
Of
just like that.
course.
But truthfully, I have a wonderful wife. Her name is Kathy. She's from New Jersey, but we live in Florida now. We have kids, and so we are right now at a stage in our life where right now in December we'll be purchasing a new home. It's being built right now, and it's in a wonderful place called Margaritaville, Latitude Margaritaville.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yes.
I've
In
been seeing
fact,
things
Wheel of
going on
Fortune
about
Yes,
that.
Wheel of Fortune's been given away.
Wheel of
How's
Fortune's
it?
has been given away.
It's a 55 plus
Did you
community.
win one from
I
Wheel of
didn't.
Fortune?
No, I bought one. But I'll tell you, I would buy it again. I have one there right now, but I just bought a little bit bigger one, and I love living there. I
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
It's like Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
There's 3,000 homes. Here, I'm doing a commercial for them now.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, be careful.
yeah, that's right. No, but it's amazing. It's amazing. It's not a cruise, so it's not in competition.
No, that's
but-
not that.
We
Yeah.
used to have a home in Ocala.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
we had
I,
a home that
it was
his
my
mom
mom's house.
stayed
I
in.
bought
Okay.
it for her, and
Well, that was nice of
after
you.
she passed it,
Came back to
It
you.
wasn't near the water, you know,
No.
not the best place to be.
so
Yeah.
it's
Well, I just have one thing to say,
Yeah.
which is thank you so very much, Dennis, for doing this with us. I know we've been chasing you around a
Yes,
little
we're
bit,
both so busy.
but everybody's got a lot going on.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
the fact that you were able to take some of your time, your precious time, which is probably like lunch or some other
Right after this,
relaxing,
we're gonna go in.
yeah.
I promise.
And we would like to think that people are watching our videos and want to subscribe because they love Royal Caribbean as much as we do. And so we hope everybody hits that subscribe button, and we're trying to build our following. We started this
Sure.
in June, so
All right,
we
great.
haven't been at it very long.
Well, thank you for what you do, and thank you for tuning into this today. Hit the subscribe button now. We need you because she's one of our greatest promoters at Royal Caribbean, and we need her to keep telling you. And she's telling you the truth, by the way.
Absolutely.
If you come, you're going to have an absolutely amazing cruise vacation. And who knows, maybe you'll cruise with us together. You never know.
You just never know. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Had to
Dennis
turn
is
around.
gonna say one thing.
And that's smooth sailing and happy travels. It's hard to
Excellent. That was fun.
Thank you so much.